Good morning, everyone. I'm Shannon here in the office at First Choice, and we wanted to take a minute of your day to remind you of some things about Medikey. We are having some issues with people not clocking in and out, and Division of Medicaid has a major problem with us not clocking in and out. So we're going to run through the steps to make sure everyone knows exactly what you're supposed to do. When you get to your client's house, you're going to take your note, your timesheet, should have your name badge on, go into the house, welcome your client. Make sure you lay eyes on them because if they're not home, you can't provide service. You'll go to the refrigerator, for most of you, where the OTP device is located. Write down your OTP number. I know some of you take a picture of it with your phone, and that's fine. Write your OTP number down. Then you're going to call into the service verification line. It's going to greet you and say, "Welcome to Medikey, Mississippi." It's going to ask for the provider code. The provider codes are on the back of your name badge. There's one for PCS. There's one for respite. It's going to ask for your staff ID number. That's on the front of your name badge. Then it's going to ask for your voice print. If you're having trouble with it recognizing your voice print, we may need to redo that. I don't know of anyone that's having issues. It's going to ask for your client's Medicaid ID number if they have the OTP device. If they have a landline, if they're using their home phone, it may not ask for the ID number. Then you press 1 to clock in, and once you have done that, the system will tell you that you have successfully clocked in on this date at this time. The time the system gives you is the time you should put on your timesheet. If there's more than 5 minutes difference between the two, I know some people are having some issues, write both the time you captured your OTP number and the time the system gives you, so we have both numbers. Under no circumstances, none whatsoever, should that OTP leave the client's house. It does not belong to the client. It does not belong to us. It belongs to the Division of Medicaid. If you take it out for any reason, you will be terminated. If you are not there and you call your client to get the numbers off the OTP device and we find out about it, you will be terminated. You must be at the client's house to get those numbers. They have a prescribed number of days. They have a prescribed number of hours. You are expected to work the schedule that has been assigned by Medicaid. The number of hours, the number of days. If you have to make a short visit for whatever reason, or if you are unable to make your visit, you have a change of status form that you should fill out accordingly and turn that in with your notes. Now, after your service is done, you're ready to leave, mark your duties on your note, write your times down, ask your client to sign it. Your client should sign that note every visit. Don't wait until the end of the week and ask them to sign for a whole week. They're not supposed to do that. They shouldn't. They should tell you no. You get them to sign it every single day. You don't know what's going to happen between one visit and the next. Your client could go in the hospital, your client could move, your client could die, and then you're out of luck because you don't have a signature. Get them to sign it every day. When you get ready to clock out, just like clocking in, go find your OTP, write the number down, call in, it asks for all the same information. You will press 2 to clock out, and it will tell you you have successfully clocked out. Now, if you are working PCS and respite back to back, you must hang up the phone and call back in between those two shifts. When you called in, you put in a provider code. You do not have the option to change that provider code unless you have hung up the phone and called back in. So hang up the phone. I cannot stress that enough. There are some instances where you may not be able to clock in and out. There are some acceptable reasons. One of those is the system just will not accept those OTP numbers. You've taken a picture of it, you verified it, you know that's the right number, and the system just doesn't like it for some reason. In that case, you have up to 24 hours to go back and try it again. Ideally, you're going to clock in when you get there, you're going to clock out when you leave, and you're not going to wait until the end of the day. If your day is anything like mine, by the end of the day, you will have forgotten. So do it right then when you get there and when you get ready to leave. But if it doesn't, if it won't take it, if the OTP number is not working, if it's a client that has is set up for an OTP and there's not one, maybe they're new and they just haven't gotten their OTP device, something like that, we need to know that in the office so that we can make sure one is delivered. If they have a house phone instead of the OTP and the house phone is out of order, if the client or a caregiver or somebody is repeatedly on the phone so you can't use it, then we need to know that in the office so we can request an OTP. Those are all reasons that if you don't clock in and out, those are okay. You need to make note of those on your timesheet. What's not acceptable is not doing it. Just, I forgot. Forgetting is not acceptable. Medikey is your time clock. Just like any other job, you'd have to punch a clock when you got there and punch a clock when you leave. You have to clock or punch in and out through Medikey. According to the Division of Medicaid, if you do not successfully complete your shift, successfully clock in, successfully clock out, then Medicaid considers you not working. So if you do not clock in and out, if you do not have valid reasons for not clocking in and out, there are disciplinary actions. You will be written up. You could be suspended. You could be terminated. And none of us want to terminate someone simply because they didn't clock in and out. It's not that difficult. It's just a little time consuming, but it's not that difficult. So if you have any questions, you need to contact your supervisor, or you can call your office, either here in Leland or in Jackson. Call your office for assistance. We want to help you as much as we can. We want to resolve whatever issues we're having so that we can all get clocked in and out and we all get paid. You clocking in and out is how we get paid, and if we get paid, you get paid. Y'all have a great day. Call us if you need us.